You are now tuned into Taste My Naked Truth podcast. I am your host, Cosmic Waters. May my words inspire you and remind you to remain true to you as you walk authentically in your truth, dripping self-love and unapologetically choosing you. Hello, naked truthers. Welcome back. How has the month of May been to you all? For me, it's been a ride, a hell of a ride, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. I've been navigating through the depths of my own waters, and my emotions have been real. It's been a lot of cathartic releasing. And honestly, I'm okay with that. It can be a little uncomfortable, I haven't always been one to sit with or in my emotions, right? It's mostly analyzing, overthinking them, processing them, but not fully allowing myself to feel them because I'm questioning instead of just sitting in stillness with them and acknowledging and thanking them for being present and bringing forth whatever it is that they are showing me. So this month has been riding the waves, and I've fallen off the surfboard a couple times, if I'm being honest. And, there might have been a day or two when I was drowning in pure, raw emotion. And I found my way out, though. So, yeah, May has been interesting. It's also my birthday month. Shout out to all the Geminis out there. I love y'all. Love me some Gemini energy. My birthday was on the 25th, and I've entered chapter 36. And it's just like, wow. And it's awesome because it's like you think back to when you were like 20, right? And it's like, damn, I wonder what it's like to be 30. And not so much in a rushing kind of way, but just a curiosity kind of way. And here I am. I'm only in my 30, but I'm like, I just passed the halfway mark of 30, right? Of being in my 30s. So it's like, ooh, what's next? What does this chapter have in store? What is this new year going to unfold in my life, right? It makes me think of that song, The Rest Is Still Unwritten. As it's like, as I'm turning the page, what's being written, Or as I'm turning the page, what is coming to light? What am I choosing or experiencing? Because they say things are pre-written, and what we experience is pretty much in alignment with our choices. Whether, it's a matter of fate or destiny and a sprinkling of free will, So, yeah. I wanted to talk today about a good man, so to speak. And I don't really like to put the term good in front of man, because I feel like good is subjective, and I feel like it's going to vary for everybody what their definition of a quote-unquote good man is. And it's like, even when you think about good man, I feel like it's so tainted in societal constructs and all this romanticism and the shit that's been painted, whether in a Disney movie or a Lifetime movie or a Hallmark movie or some shit you watched on BET. Well, I don't know, because BET kind of had them intense movies. But yeah, I feel like it's steeped in all of that and more, right? And so I guess it would be more so of the word that just came to mind is aligned. So what is an aligned man? What does a man in alignment with you look like? What does that look like, right? Instead of him being good, what does it look like or feel like if he's aligned with you? Divine alignment. How does that show up? Does that look a certain way? Physically? Does it feel a certain way? Emotionally? To your nervous system? And so I was laying here and I was just thinking about this, right? And I was like, the alignment. I feel like the alignment is a sense of peace, a sense of ease, a sense of effortlessness. And when I say that, I don't mean it in like a way of, oh, there's no effort. But I mean it in the way that the connection, the energy just flows effortlessly. There's no forcing. There's no push and pull. You know, there's no roadblocks. Nobody is fighting to get over somebody else's walls. You know, it's ease. It just flows naturally, organically, divinely. It's alignment. And the way that I feel in this moment, it's like when you meet that person, when you meet the aligned energy, when you come into its orbit or they come into your orbit, it feels like finally being able to exhale. If you've been holding on to like tension or that breath that you just never truly got to release, like your nervous system doesn't fully allow you to breathe, to exhale, to let it all go. You've been holding, you've been tight, you've been tense, you've been scanning for the next possible threat or danger. You've been waiting for the next shoe to drop. You've been waiting for the next storm to approach, right? For all hell to break loose, the next chaos. When it comes to relationships or dating or men, right? And it's like that energy of just a constant survival. It's like being in survival, right? All my life I had to fight. But when aligned, it's finally this feeling of I can breathe. I can breathe fully. I can let go. I can pull down my armor. The energy is inviting and it's saying, you're safe here. It's okay. Put your armor down. It's like this soft whisper to your nervous system that says, I got you. You can breathe again. Let me remind you what it feels like to be safe, to breathe, It's this gentle caress to your heart that says, it's safe here. You can open up for me. Allow the feelings to come in. Put down your walls. Unlock the gate, right? Allow love to exude from your heart space. Allow yourself to receive it. Allow yourself to exude it, emit it, but also embody it. And so it's this feeling of overall safety. It's this feeling of finally being held, being seen. And when I say seen, I mean even if you have on masks, they see you. They see you through all the masks that you have put up. They see you through the strong persona. They see you through the armor. They see you through the I'm okay, nothing's wrong. They see you behind the smile that you put on anyway. They see you. They see your soul. They see the parts of you that you have hidden away for so long that even you forgot what they felt like to feel again, right? It's this ease in the beat of your heart. It's like this light feeling. The heaviness washes away. It's like what came to mind was when you go to the dryer and you get a handful of freshly dried clothes, especially if it's like towels and they're soft. And that warmth, that sensation just loves on your body, right? It feels so good. It's soothing, it's relaxing, it's like being cuddled and nurtured and just, it feels amazing. And you just stop and you take it all in and you let it consume you for a little bit, right? And that's what it makes me think of. Alignment. My mind is no longer fighting, right? It's no longer at war or in competition with my heart. They're one and the same. They're on the same page. There's coherence taking place finally. It's like, I'm here. You can trust me. Fully trust me. Give me your hand. I got you. The words hold weight. They're not just meaningless words. They hold weight. And when I think about a man, one that is like in alignment with you, or if you want to slap the goodness to them, right? It's like this anchor that comes in and it has stability. It has this grounded energy. It's a safe place. It's a container being provided for you to fall apart, for you to be your natural emotional self within that container, because you're safe. And they're providing that space. You know what I mean? And They're giving you the room to unravel, to unfold, to crash out. And then they bring you back. They help you return to center, you know? And what comes to mind is the saying, correction is protection, right? Or even love is correction, right? And I know this can be one of those topics that can go left really quick, but I begin to see it differently when it comes to correction, when it comes to protection, and even the word of control, right? Because I feel like it could be a thin line between the two, between correction and control. But this steady grounding, stabilizing, anchoring, safe, protective energy. It's discipline, it's structured to your wildness, to your freeness, right? And it's not to stifle you. It's not to shrink you. It's not to silence you. It's not to ask you to show up any less than what you are, because you can show up whole, you can show up full, because they can handle that. They have the capacity to receive you, to hold you, to guide you, to lead you. Oof, I was about to say to devour you, but let's not go there yet. But they have that capacity. A lot of times I feel like the misalignment can come when the capacity is not there. The capacity to deeply love you, when you're desiring that from someone and they just don't have it in them. And it doesn't make them a bad person. They just don't have the capacity to love you that deeply. And so, you know, that's when the friction can occur, or chaos can occur, misalignment. And so it's like when that man, when that energy shows up, and it's that exhale moment, and it's like, wait a minute, I don't remember the last time I was able to exhale. You know, that safety. It's beautiful. It feels amazing. Especially when you allow it, when you fully allow it, right? When the traumas are not getting in the way, when the insecurities are not running the show. And it doesn't mean that you're this 100% healed person and you don't have baggage and nothing's bothering you. No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying, though, is even with the insecurities speaking loudly, the voice of that man is louder. His groundedness is louder. His stability is louder. The space of safety that he creates, it's louder. And so even though your traumas and insecurities may be speaking, he knows that. And he knows how to show up in that moment to quiet them, to reassure you, to redirect the energy, the emotions, right? To help you understand that your insecurities don't define you. Your traumas are not, or they don't have to be, who you are in this moment. You don't have to carry the bags alone. You don't have to unpack the suitcase alone. Right? Because they're there. They're saying, give it to me. Let me hold this for you. Let me carry this for you. You don't have to do it alone. I'm here. I will help you unpack and put your clothes up in the same day. That's for people who, don't unpack their suitcases in the same day. I can be one of those people. So, yeah. But that's the energy. And I guess instead of saying a good man, maybe a safe man. But no, I like the alignment though, the aligned man. Because is it so that a man can be safe for one woman and maybe not safe for another? And I think that it all does boil down to alignment. And also, I guess, what people consider safety. And that's why I say all these things are objective. Subjective. Or at least they can be. Because it's like, what is safety? What is that? What is being safe? What does that feel like? What does that look like? And I think that may vary for a lot of people, because what I may desire to feel safe may not be what the next woman desires to feel safe. And it's so interesting, the safe word, right? Because I've been dancing with safe. I've been figuring out, what does that mean? What does being safe mean to me? What does it feel like? What am I desiring in a man when it comes to safe? How am I desiring that energy to show up for me without creating a demand or an unspoken expectation? And so it's definitely been an interesting journey with that, because I've been realizing a lot about myself when it comes to safety, about relationships, about the men that I have chosen in the past, right? And it's like your deepest desire can be to be safe, right? That could be my deepest desire, to feel that safety, that stability, right? But yet, I choose the total opposite. And it's like, if your nervous system is wired for survival, if that's its familiar, struggle, chaos, pain, trauma, toxicity, if that's its normal, if that's what it knows, if that's what it's used to operating in, it's gonna feel like safety when you come across it, even though it's not. So yes, it's like an illusion, but it's what's familiar, it's what you're used to. And so that's what you gravitate towards. That's what you subconsciously attract, accept, tolerate without even realizing it. And now you find yourself in these situations over and over and over again. Because your nervous system is like, ooh, choose them. And even for myself, like when I think back to the past, it's like I've chosen emotionally unavailable men. And it's like, why? Why the fuck is that attractive to me? Why is that a magnet? Why do I allow that? Why do I accept it? Why do I tolerate it? Why the fuck do I say, okay, this is okay with me? Because there's a part of me that was also emotionally unavailable. There was a part of me that was showing up in these relationships from a detached as fuck place, right? That was showing up from a place of fearing commitment, running from commitment, right? And it's like, okay, so if they're emotionally unavailable, they're just mirroring back to me what I am. And it's like, if I don't enjoy unpacking my emotions or feeling my emotions, then that emotionally unavailable person feels like safety, because it's like, okay, well shit, they're not even in their own emotions, and so mine doesn't have to come out to play either. You know, it's like, oh, I can still hide them, you know? We'll just be too emotionally distant as people in this relationship that we're attempting to get close in, right? And it's like, that's what I was attracting. But deep down inside, I want that emotionally available person. I want that emotionally intelligent person. I want someone that's connected to their emotions. And I want someone that can hold mine, right? And it's like, it's almost like a paradox, or like this, it's like, how is it that you desire A, but keep walking through the door of B, just to realize that you can't see? It's crazy. It's crazy. And it took me a minute to realize this, but it's a pattern. Like, I kept attracting men that was emotionally unavailable, or men that I struggled to fucking communicate with. You know, these are some of the things that kept popping up, right? Or just, I kept finding myself in struggle as relationships. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, yo, I am tired. But I had to realize what was in me that was blocking me from truly aligning with that I actually desired, and not what I was choosing out of fear, out of trauma, out of survival, out of my nervous system being wired to choose chaos, right? You know, get into a relationship and be scanning every day for like, okay, what's gonna happen today? Being in this energy of having to brace, because I just know some shit gonna pop off. I just know some disagreement or some argument is gonna happen, or the energy is gonna be weird and awkward. And that's what I was talking about with the exhale. Like, when your nervous system finally gets to fucking exhale, God, it feels so fucking good. It's like, finally, breathe again. Finally, I am free. And it's a little uncomfortable at first, if I'm being honest, because what you're used to is still there. That pattern, that habit, it hasn't fully fallen off, right? And so while you're walking into the path of safety, while you're allowing yourself to melt in the hands of the man that's safe, it's like that little knock at the door that's like, hey, I'm still here. Remember me? And this shit is uncomfortable as fuck. But it's like, what do you choose? Do you choose to run back to the familiar, the pain, the chaos, the struggle, the survival? Or do you allow yourself to fully melt and unravel in the hands of the man that can hold you, and the heart that's willing and open to receive you, to feel you, to honor you, to worship you, to exalt you, that sees and knows your divinity, that understands the true essence of a divine union, a sacred connection. And so it comes a a time where you really have to choose, like, do I want to walk in this healing, or do I want to continue to be where I was and continue to attract and find myself in these situations that are unhealthy? Do I want to continue to repeat the cycle? And I think a lot of times when you hear people say, or I guess in a sense, when you hear women say that good men don't exist, or all men ain't shit, or things along that line, I feel like they're just stuck in the loop. It just keeps repeating, right? Not only does the loop of their experience keep repeating, but that mindset too. It's all basically feeding one another. So it's like, what do you choose? When do you finally make the decision for something different, for something better? When do you finally make the decision that puts you first? When do you finally make the decision of deservingness, of being worthy, right? When do you finally make the decision from a place of healing instead of a place of trauma? How often have your traumas decided for you? Especially when it comes to relationships. And it's really been interesting because I've been seeing like these lessons returning, right? Or these patterns and things returning. And it's like, I'm spotting them now. Like, nah, this person is closed off. Their heart is not open. Their emotions are not like open. They're not in touch with them. They're not there. That's not what I want. But at the same time, it was like I came across them and there was an inkling of, ooh, I may want to explore this. And then I was like, wait a minute. What is it about this person that I want to explore? What is it about this person that I'm about to bond or connect to? What is it about this person that my nervous system is lit up about? And is it the right kind of light that is lighting me up, right? And so I had to sit with that for a minute, and I realized, like, okay, no, this ain't it. That's not what I desire. It's what I'm used to, but it's not what I desire. I don't want what I'm used to. Fuck all that shit. I am over it. Right? I don't want it anymore. And so it's like, okay, I can see the patterns now. I can see what I was gravitating towards. I can see what I was allowing myself to tolerate, to accept, to settle for. I can see how the breadcrumbs were deceptively keeping me fed. But it was feeding the wrong parts of me. It was feeding the traumas. It was feeding the fears. It was feeding the pain, the struggle. It was feeding all the things that needed to die, that needed to be let go of. And I was still giving them CPR. It wasn't true nourishment. It wasn't true nurturing. It wasn't healing, right? And it's funny how when your nervous system comes across what you're used to, it's almost like this dopamine hit, in a sense. It's almost like a drug, right? And the withdrawal process can be intense. So intense that you find yourself back in the wrong hands because you slipped up. And that's okay. Sometimes it takes a little while before we get our shit together. The whole point is getting it together, though. Have grace, have compassion for yourself, of course. Just don't stay in the loop. At some point, you gotta press the big ass red button. At some point, you gotta open the curtains and let the stage light shine on you, right? Expose what's there. At some point, you gotta open the closet and let the skeletons come out. At some point, you gotta look up under the bed and see the monsters that lay there and befriend them and stop letting them control you. Allow yourself to choose healthy love, healthy commitment, healthy relations, healthy men. Allow yourself to evolve and become the healthier version of you on all levels, right? Because once you become that within, it'll be easier in a sense for you to recognize that in others. It will be. And so the aligned man, the aligned connection, the sacred union, the divine partnership, it hits different. And what I'm realizing is sometimes it's there. It's there. You've come across it already, and you just didn't realize it in those moments, but it's always been there, right? They've been there. They've showed up. They've been in your corner. But you were so focused on the drug of chaos, of struggle, of toxicity. You were so immersed in that you couldn't quite see. You couldn't quite feel. You didn't allow yourself to. Your protective mechanisms got in the way. And it was almost like you were blinded in a sense. Your soul knew, your spirit knew, deep down inside, you could feel it. But you didn't allow yourself to lean in, right? And when you finally do, oh my God, it's like a high. When you finally allow yourself to lean in, to go deeper and deeper, right? To feel without fear. Oh my God. Have you ever truly allowed yourself to feel without fear? I want to know that. Because it's a whole different feeling. The way your heart feels, the way your body feels, the way your nervous system responds. It's a whole different feeling when you allow yourself to feel without fear, to trust what is unfolding. When you allow that, right? Oh my God, it's amazing. When you allow yourself to be at this place of softness within without losing yourself and allowing yourself to dive in fully though, right? No, without being hesitant. It feels absolutely amazing. It's a high within itself, believe it or not. But a lot of times I feel like we don't give ourselves that pleasure, that privilege of feeling without fear. A lot of times when we begin to feel, we allow the doubts to creep in, the insecurities to creep in, the what ifs to creep in. We allow the past to creep in. We allow the comparisons of the previous person to creep in. We allow what we knew to paint over what could be or what is in that moment because we don't want to fall in love with potential, right? That's a whole different story for another day. But that can be that can be a thief in the night within itself, that whole potential, right? And it's like just allowing yourself to feel, to just feel, to not analyze it, to not overthink, to not have to paint it any kind of way, to just experience it, to just let it be what it is. Allow it to love on you. Right? Like, this is what this feels like, without judgment, without criticism, without that voice in your head, without the anxiety, right? Without running from it. Like, run into it. Lean into it. That's where I am in this moment of my life. Leaning into feelings, leaning into my heart space, opening my heart space, exploring it, right? Because I feel like I have kept my heart guarded for so long that I never even truly allowed myself to explore the deeper chambers of my heart. Never fully allowed the feelings, never fully allowed the love to circulate deeper than the surface or beyond the walls that I had put up. And so now I'm in this place where it's like I'm allowing my heart to open, to expand, to feel, to be, to have this pleasure, to exhale, right? And it feels good. It feels safe. I'm finally in a place to where I'm like, okay, I can feel safe here. I can open my heart and it still be safe, right? And it's like, ooh, this is different though. I haven't been here before. What does this consist of? You know, and that's a thought. But I don't want to get lost in that thought, because that thought can lead to other thoughts that derail me from where I want to be. And so when I say just experience it, it's just allowing myself to feel. That's it. Seeing how deep my heart is, how deep I can go, how far I can lean in. And having discernment of who I let in and who I let into the deeper chambers, who I give the key to, who hands I allow to caress my heart, to hold it, to love on it, to protect it. That's where I am. That's what's showing up for me right now. And just this energy of regulation, right? And rewiring the nervous system. Redefining myself. Redefining what safe means to me. What that looks like. Without all the bullshit attached. Redefining love. Freeing it. Cleaning the slate. Right? Because somewhere along the line, I allowed it to be tainted. The definition of it, the meaning. I allowed it to be tainted with experiences. I allowed pain to paint my picture of love for a very long time. And it's time to clean, to cleanse, to refresh the slate, the energy of love. It's time to see it in a way I have never saw it before, or never allowed myself to see it, to experience it. And I'm honestly excited for that and what comes with that. I'm here for it, and I look forward to exploring that on many different levels. And even in this moment, I can hear that song, right? And this is what I'm saying. Like, this is what love had become, or I had painted when it came to love in my mind, in my heart, in my body. Was the song is, I forget who it's by, but it's like, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more. Right? That song's in my head because we allow what we go through to define what love is. Right? So it becomes heavy instead of light. It becomes full of all these different attachments. So, yeah. From this day forward, I vow to never attach pain to love, to free it from the struggle, the chaos, the toxicity, my traumas, the baggage, to free everything that has ever weighted down within me, to give love the permission to show up, to be felt, to be seen, to be heard from a place of purity, to give love the space to grow, to evolve, to nurture me, to water me, to allow love to remain no matter the circumstance. And when I say that, I don't mean to allow myself to be disrespected or to put up with bullshit or any of that, right? But to simply allow it to not be based purely upon emotion or circumstance or these levels of condition that says, well, if XYZ happens, I no longer love you, right? Because that's not what love represents, right? I love you even through the storm. I love you through our dry season, through the droughts. I love you through the times when things may feel strained, where I may not know who the fuck you are anymore, and I'm trying to figure out who I am as we both evolve and grow. I love you when there's pressure applied. I love you when I feel like life is hard. I love you when I feel like I may not know what's going on right now in this relationship. When it may feel like we are distant. When it may feel like it didn't feel from the beginning. And it's trying to figure out, well, what happened, right? And it's like, a lot of times I feel like we go through these things and what we call love, right? It fluctuates. But love is steady. Love is grounded. Love is like that rock. And it doesn't just fluctuate because you're in your feelings. That love should still be there, whether I'm mad, frustrated, upset, disappointed, whatever the case may be, right? And so it's like seeing it or experiencing it differently is where I'm allowing myself to go, because the way that I have viewed love for all these years is no longer conducive to my growth. It's no longer what I desire. It's no longer the quote-unquote love that I want to attract or be in. I want the steady love, the grounded love, the committed love, the love that says, I see you. 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 Even when you're messy and you don't recognize yourself, I still see you. The love that says, I'm still here, even if it doesn't feel like it, right? And so that's where I'm allowing myself to explore, to walk in, to be in, to feel, to see, to have the curiosity for it. That's where I am. And so I just wanted to come share that with y'all. Because it's been a beautiful journey. It's been a hell of a ride. It's been, oh man, it's been interesting for sure. And lately, I've just been processing, but also feeling. And so, as I invite y'all into my heart space, because my beautiful heart is open and I love her and she feels so good. And I haven't been here in a while. I feel like my senses are coming back online in so many different ways. And it's like, oh, this is what it feels like to feel again. Like, damn, I was numb in certain places for a long time. Like those protective mechanisms I had up literally shut off my senses, my sensors, right? And it's like, whoa. And that's what I was saying. It's like kind of being on a high. It's like, damn, did I take some mushrooms? Right? My sensitivity is opening back up and it feels good as fuck. It feels so fucking good. And it's just like, I am here for this. This is what I'm here for. Yes. Like, come back online. Come back to myself. It's like a welcome home. And you know what? I'm going to end this there. Thank you for joining, for attending my welcome home party. Because I'm back. And I'm back better than when I left. And it feels good to be returning to me. As always, I love y'all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for listening. Thank you for staying by my side all these years. I love my naked truthers. Y'all are dope as fuck. Much love. Peace.